A very good morning, students. Today in this video we will do poem 5 of class 6, Where Do All the Teachers Go? And it's written by Peter Dixon. Now students, we have always seen our teachers teaching us, yes, guiding us, motivating us, and sometimes even scolding when we do any wrong things. And all these scoldings are for our own good, yes? But have you ever imagined your teacher beyond being a teacher? For example, think of your favorite teacher or teachers. Have you ever imagined where do they go after school? Do they also have friends? And do they go and eat chaats and ice creams on street? Had they also been students ever and got scoldings from their teachers? How was they as kids? Were they naughty? Were they sincere? Or were they mischievous? For a small child, a teacher is always special, and it is difficult for a small child to think of his or her teacher as an ordinary person. So students, in this poem, Where Do All the Teachers Go?, a small child is thinking about his teacher, like where do they all go after school? What do they do at home? Do they also do ordinary activities? How were they as children? So let's see what the child is thinking through this poem. So let's start the first para. Where do all the teachers go when it's 4 o'clock? So here in this line, the child is thinking, where do all my teachers go when it is 4 o'clock? That means when the school is over, do they live in houses and do they wash their socks? Now this child is wondering, do his teacher also do all the ordinary activities like living in houses and washing their socks? That means clothes. Do they wear pajamas and do they watch TV? So the child is thinking, do my teachers also do normal activities like wearing pajamas and watching TV? And do they pick their noses the same as you and me? Means some children, they have this habit of putting their fingers into their nose. Yes? So the child is thinking, do my teacher also do these things like I and you? Means putting the finger in the noses. Yes? Now the next is, do they live with other people? Have they mums and dads? Now the child is wondering, do my teacher also live with other people? Like do they also have mom and dad? And were they ever children and were they ever bad? And he is also thinking, were my teachers also children ever? And were they also bad in certain things like in studies or sports or other activities? So in a nutshell, the child is thinking, where do my teachers go after school? Do they also live in houses, wash their clothes, wear pajamas, watch TV like others, pick their noses, live with their mom and dad, and were they ever children and were they ever bad? Now let's see the next stanza. Did they ever never spell right? Did they ever make mistakes? So the child is asking, did my teacher also make spelling mistakes and other kind of mistakes as we are doing? Yes? Were they punished in the corner if they pinched the chocolate flakes? It means now some children, what they do, they quietly eat in the class before lunch break. So the child is wondering, did my teacher do the same thing? Did they pinch the chocolate flakes in their hands and ate in the class? And were they also punished for making mistakes? So these all things is going on in the child's mind. Did they ever lose their hymn books? Did they ever leave their greens? So he is wondering, did my teacher lose hymn books? Hymn books are the religious books or the poetry. Yes, religious poetries. Leaving the greens. Leaving the greens means not eating green vegetables. Like some children, they don't like these green vegetables. So what they do is they will take all the green vegetables from the food and leave it aside. Yes, but we should eat green vegetables because it is very good for health. But some children, they don't do that. So this child is asking that, did my teacher also leave all the green vegetables? Now coming to the next, did they scribble on the desktops? Did they wear old dirty jeans? So like there are some your friends, your classmates, what they do is they draw something or they scribble, they just scratch on the desktop. Okay, scribble means scratching or writing or drawing something carelessly. Okay, means scratching on the desktop. So in your class also you must have seen your classmates, they are just scribbling and spoiling the tables, which we should not do. Yes, but some children do that. Did they wear old dirty jeans? So this child is wondering that, do my teacher also wear old dirty jeans as a small kid? Yes. Now coming to the last stanza. I will follow one back home today. I will find out what they do. So now the child is thinking that he will follow one of his teacher today and he will see what do they do. Yes, then I will put it in a poem that they can read to you. Then what he is saying that he will put everything in the poem. He will collect all the data, whatever the teacher is doing, everything he will write, all the things about the teacher in a poem so that my teacher can read it for other children. Yes, students. So this was all about in the poem. I think so. It was a very interesting poem. You all liked it. Yes, and by listening this poem, reading this poem, I think so you are very much thinking about the old days, how you were in the class. Yes. So students, this was all about in the poem. Now we'll complete the question answers. The first question is, why does the poet want to know where the teachers go at 4 o'clock? The poet, who is a child, is curious to know about his teachers. He wants to know if his teachers also do ordinary things. Hence, he wants to follow one of his teachers and find out things about him. The second question comes, what are the things normal people do that the poet talks about? The things that normal people do according to poet are live in houses, wash socks, wear pajamas, watch TV, pick noses, live with mom and dad, etc. The third question comes, what does he imagine about? First one is where teachers live. He imagines if teachers also live in houses. The second one, what they do at home. He imagines if they also wash their clothes, wear pajamas and watch TV at home. The third one, the people with whom they live. He imagines if they also live with their mom and dad. The D part is their activities when they were children in school. He imagines if they also did mischiefs and got caught and punished. Now the next fourth question comes, why does the poet wonder if teachers also do things that other people do? Yes, and the answer is, for a child, a teacher is always a special person. It is difficult for them to imagine a teacher as a normal person. Hence, he wonders if teachers also do normal things like other people. The fifth question, how does the poet plan to find out? What will he do once he finds out? The poet plans to follow one of his teachers one day to home and find out what they do and then put it in a poem for other students to read. Now the sixth one, what do you think these phrases from the poem mean? The first one is punished in the corner. Punished in the corner means to get punishment by teacher or other elders after doing a mischief. The second one, leave their greens. Now leaving their greens means to sort green vegetables, means to put out the green vegetables from the food. and leave them aside and not eat them. So students, this was all about the poem and the question answers. The summary I will be giving you in the PDF format. You have to complete all this in the fair copy. Thank you students and stay blessed.